Well, howdy, howdy. This is cubbypotamus, and it's a great day because I'm having a great hair day. Can't you tell? Um, and today I want to talk about clarity. Um, because I think that teaching with clarity is probably one of my highest goals, right? Um, Clarity in that it just makes sense, right? Clarity in when you see something working. That's always the best test. Something is relevant is, does it work? If you try it, will it work? Can you see it working? In the same way that you see a machine working. Um, and just a lot of the things that I have aren't really that complicated. You know, people are pretty simple when you understand them, but I think I've heard so little talk on them that just brings a real clarity to why they are the way they are and how to interact with them, right? It's kind of like science. You come up with ideas and you test them to see if they work. And if they don't work, then, well, that's good. That's one less thing, possibility. And if they do, then you just ask more questions about why they work. That's how we get to know all sorts of things about this universe, you know. And that's how we come up with the technology behind our cars and our planes and our cell phones, you know. And I think that people knowledge really isn't that much different than technology, And there are things that work better with people and things that work worse, right? And you got to do the things that work the best, the most, to get the best results. There's no guarantees, but some things do work better than others. Yeah, I think, it's being able to explain complicated things and make them simple, is kind of the real test, I guess, because if it's simple to you, then you can explain it simply. Um, I wouldn't say that people are complicated, but, that's my goal. Something I love is just bringing clarity, to issues, clarity to why people act the way they do, clarity to what makes them feel good, clarity and just how people work, right? And how if you understand them, you can do a lot better and beyond have more friends. But I guess beyond that, just having freedom from needing to make friends, right? Freedom from feeling inadequate, right? Being okay with being alone, you know, and understanding that, maybe you don't want to spend time with these people that much, and moving on, healing, getting past it. What are the things, in your life that you've gotten clarity about, right? And figured out and it made things better, Um, and what's confusing, I guess, things being confusing, and unclear is an opportunity, to understand them and to figure out how to just break it down and make it make sense. It's a challenge. When things aren't clear, it's an opportunity. Anyhow, this was cubbypotamus, and maybe I'll see you around sometime.